And sometimes even when we see peer pressure influencing these teenagers, if the parents are able to correct peer pressure, we can't rule it out. Social media influence, we cannot rule it out.
Yeah.
I mean, they will go on the internet, they will meet people in school and all, but if there's a basic foundation that has been instilled in them, like Mr. Adekoya was saying now, if they have been taught how to go back to the blueprints, go back to their creator and identify who they are, and that has been established in the life of that teenager, even where there is peer pressure, even where there's influence, that child cannot completely move out of that foundation that has been created for that teenager.
The foundation matters.
Okay,
Lord.
great.
Yeah.
So,
I remember, sorry, I have a very good example. When I had a very good foundation, thank God for my mother, she trained us well. So when I got to higher institution, because of the fear, I don't really know God very well then, but I know my mother and I fear her. So when I got to higher institution and my friends were like, why are you always staying indoors? Come and play with us. Come and, I like, where are we going? They said, they have this gathering that they drink palm wine, they drink. I said, sorry, I don't drink. They said, no compulsory, you don't have to drink. Just come and receive fresh air, relate and all that. I said, if I do it, if I tell my mother, she will be angry with me. They said, where is your mother? Is your mother here with me? I said, I will tell her. I don't know. I will just confess whatever I've done to her without even, with just little question. Because that's the way she had trained me. I believe that her eyes were always going with me. So I can't misbehave. And they said,
wow.
Yes, that is it.
Exactly.
That's the way I train up my children. Wherever they are, at times, with the help of the Holy Spirit, I said, my girl, God, I saw you have done something. He said, mommy, how do you do? I said, my eyes is following you.
You know what I told when I tell my girls, he said, if you do something wrong, mommy will know. And that is from when they were kids. Mommy will know, and somehow, some way, mommy will always know.
Definitely, yeah. That's it.
Exactly.
When we were
Exactly.
and we believe that value still stay.
Yeah, and I believe that is also due to bonding.
Oh yeah, family bonding.
Exactly, family bonding. Back then, our parents don't really have to speak to us before we get the message. It's just a nice signal. You would decode the message immediately.
Yes.
But in today's world, when you look at a child in a certain way, the next thing is, mommy, is there a death in your eye? Is a
for real. They will ask you, mommy, what's wrong with you?
Why are you blinking? Why are you blinking?
Why are you blinking?
I will be so embarrassing. Like,
We should also not rule out the fact that some people don't have or are not under the watch of their parents. But like she has said, whoever is an adult in that particular environment will do the work. It might be a classroom teacher.
Okay.
It might be a university lecturer. It might be a nurse. It might be in your office. It might be in church. Wherever, it might be at the park. Anywhere you find yourself, you can do this work that we are doing, the work of a parent, or act as a parent or as a guardian to that teenager at that time. Be there. Because it is a state of also of emotional imbalance for them too. And they take a lot of, very weird decisions at that stage. So but if they don't have a parent, some are with their guardians, some are with family relatives. So those people can also stand as watchmen.
Okay, great. At least we are already discussing peer pressure or peer relationship now. So basically, parents or guardians or adults have a role to play.
Yeah.
As somebody said, that it is what you give in that comes back to you that you get.
Yes.
So it simply means that if all of us want a better society, our responsibility is not only to our own biological children, but to every children. Every young adult that we can influence and make positive change and impact in their lives.
Yes.
Or the book of First Corinthians.
When you say impact, please just clarify.
Positive impact.
Wow.
Positive impact because there are impacts everywhere, negative and positive.
Book of 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, "Do not be misled. Bad company corrupt good character." Peer pressure. Sometimes what we see as bad company, these children may not really see it as a bad company in the sense that at least nothing has happened yet.
They are my age group.
Yeah.
They are my age group. They are my friends. And they go all out that way.
Yeah.
But over time, because they are looking for a sense of belonging, they want to feel among, they want to feel that they are part of that group.
Yeah.
You realize that over time, if it is a negative peers that they mingle with, those peers will begin to move them off the track that you have taught them from childhood. And it's so unfortunate if that child has not had a childhood with parents that have values. Then you realize that child is off. We go off board. And the society, that's what is happening in our society today. You see a lot of, in some communities, you have teenagers getting pregnant, with babies, because that is the kind of peers that they move with. Peers that have been introduced to sexual relationship at an early stage. You see teenagers that are into drugs, and maybe in a neighborhood, and maybe such individual gets entangled with that kind of group, the person begins to take drugs, and you wonder, my child was not like this, and the parents begins to get worried. It's probably some of those things are probably the child does not have the kind of background that is supposed to have from parents that have values. Then outside of parents that have values, then parents don't keep watch over their teenagers, especially because a lot of us are running after money, how to make ends meet, how to ensure that the child is well fed, he goes to good school and all of that. And we neglect the life of that child at the expense of having a good life, in quotes. Having a comfortable life, in quotes. The kind of life, upbringing that child has, will have, is much more important than the affluent life that we are running after. So we should not just, and a lot of parents, because of running up and down looking for money, they neglect, they put their children or their teenagers in care of people that they are not supposed to put their teenagers in care of. People that will probably lure them into sexual life at the early stage. That's why we have people, these lesbians and all of that, homosexuals and all of that in our community today, because such people don't have values for these children. They are just there to use them. So I want to, we will continue to encourage our parents. As much as your child wants to have a sense of belonging with his peers, befriend them. Be their friend. Let them be able to tell you anything. Let them be able to tell you anything. Teenagers are a close-up set of people. Until you befriend them, because I have had the opportunity to work with teenagers over the years, and I realized that you have to come down to their level. You have to be concerned about what they are concerned about.
They must see you as a friend.
They must see you as a friend. That is when they can actually talk to you.
Open up.
Like somebody, a pastor friend asked me one time ago, he said, how do you relate with these teenagers? Some of them are so saucy. Some of them are I said, be their friend. Be their friend. Don't be their senior friend. Come to their level.
Yeah.
And let them see you as a friend, not just a senior friend.
Yeah.
As much as you will stamp your feet down on some disciplines, they know that they cannot cross this line.
Yeah.
But be their friend.
Yeah.
Compassion is the entry point into the process of spiritual development.
Falling short of the glory of God means every man born into this world will eventually go to hellfire. But God does not want that to happen at all. And so God initiated the process by which this fellowship can be renewed.